welcome back to another episode of the GameCast Release Radar with me, Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula, and today we're going to go through some more releases and just show you what's what in the world of gaming this week. We will start today with Road Redemption, a game that had quite a lot of coverage while it was in very early access, and it has now been released to the public in a full state, and my goodness, is it a very fun car combat type game. It costs £13.49, £14.99 after a 10% discount, and this game takes vehicular combat to the next brutal level. Reminiscent of some games of the early 90s of the same style, you ride a bike and you basically have to kill other people on bikes. There's a couple of varying mission types, most of which revolve around either winning a race or killing a certain amount of people within a race period. From what I've seen of it, the combat looks spectacular. The visuals are a little bit sparse, but what is there is done very nicely. It doesn't look like a stupid little asset flip. Looks very nicely polished, and it's got co-op, split screen co-op at that as well, and online co-op, so cool. Fun for every type of gamer. The next game is called A Hat in Time. This is a little adventure game with a rather adorable art style. It looks very nice. And you play as a sort of weird little girl, like a magician girl, I think. Yeah, she stitches hats for wicked powers. So yeah, she's like a witch girl with hats, of course. Full of anthropomorphized animals and what is very adorable. It's a 3D platformer, little bit of adventure style stuff in it. It's adorable. That's what attracted me to this. It looks absolutely adorable, and hopefully the gameplay backs that up. I'm really hoping so, but the things that it's dealing with look very interesting. It's a moderately interesting plot. It is a little bit on the expensive side though, at £23. The next game is not a little release, it is Total War Warhammer. The only big release I'm covering this week. It is the sequel to Total War Warhammer, so it's number 2 in the series, and if you like real-time strategy, this is very much the kind of game that you're going to want to play. Those of you who are fans of real-time strategy must have heard of the Total War series by now. Rome Total War springs to mind, loads of things like this, but this is basically Total War but set in the Warhammer universe, as you might have guessed, and all the orcs and sorcery and people riding dragons and lizards and whatever. Yeah, yes please, more of this. Makes me gives me happy feelings. If you're a fan of real-time strategy, you probably can't go wrong with this game. It is expensive, although it is again the most high-profile title on this list this week. Published by Sega and priced at $39.99. The final game on today's list is again not a high-profile release, but it's not a smallish release either, but it's definitely worth talking about. Battle Chasers Night War. Now, someone on GameCast does already own this game. It is Mark of the review team. Yes, it is. And this may well be something you see a review of in the future, a full review, but from what I can see, it's just... A gorgeous, colourful art style backs up a turn-based RPG, very much in the style of things like Darkest Dungeon and other sort of JRPG types like that, with an overworld and then obviously a sort of weird parallel pocket dimension for battles to take place in. But my lord, this game, again, a lot of these games sell me on their art style at the moment because it genuinely looks fabulous. And turn-based combat, while it can be a little bit repetitive and it's not very easy to innovate in turn-based combat, as long as it's functional and is at least semi-rewarding to play with, I will be more than happy to recommend this game. You can buy this game at $24.99, and there is also a set of extras available at $6.99. I have no idea what is contained within those. It is a soundtrack and an art book. Great. Wouldn't bother with that, just go with the game, to be honest. And that brings us to the end of this week's Release Radar. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like, subscribe, or a share, whatever you fancy. And our social links are down in the description, along with a link to our Discord. If you like me, I can be found on Twitch at twitch.tv/metalnerddude and on Twitter at SnowyDuffield. Hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned to GameCast for more news, reviews, and podcasts. Whatever you fancy, all of your gaming needs are catered to by us. So stick around for more.